America's Greatest Comics. Captain Marvel and the Ghost of the Deep. Billy Batson, radio reporter, has been given the power to become Captain Marvel, mightiest mortal ever born on Earth, merely by pronouncing the magic word, Shazam! And well it is that we have Captain Marvel, for to these the peace-loving shores comes a weird, ruthless menace, the Ghost of the Deep. In a secluded laboratory, hidden somewhere in the vast metropolis, a weird cloaked figure watches silently as a scientist works feverishly to discover a new formula.
I've got it. Ha 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 ha. I've finally worked the formula.
That all I wanted to know, Hugo. So you've got the formula, eh? That's all I wanted to know.
No, no. You wouldn't hurt me now after I've slaved all these weeks for you.
I won't, eh? That's what you think. Goodbye, Hugo, but thanks for the formula. You've given me the power to solve America's invasion problem. Yes, Hugo, if you could only hear me now, haha. Soon all of America will fear the Ghost of the Deep.
A few days later, we find Billy Batson doing one of his many sensational broadcasts.
And here's something else, folks. Everything was quiet after the murder of the scientist known only as Hugo, but now the wires are buzzing with activity. Many government boats on the West Coast have been sunk by an unknown force. Nobody knows which foreign government is responsible for these outrages. But a late report has just come in from Los Angeles saying, and quote, after each sinking, a strange message is found floating, compliments of the Ghost of the Deep. But this station would like to assure all citizens that Captain Marvel is on his way to the West Coast and that Mr. Ghost had better watch out.
Jeez. A ghost? Who had ever thought that?
This is your reporter, Billy Batson, saying good night to all.
Good work, Billy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Morris. I didn't see you come into the studio.
I'm driving home now, Billy. Can I drop you off anywhere?
Sterling Morris, head of Amalgamated Broadcasting and Billy's boss, is also Billy's close personal friend.
So you told our listeners that Captain Marvel would take care of the Ghost of the Deep, eh?
Yes, Mr. Morris.
Get over there.
We're being forced off the road.
Reach, Herr Morris, or I shoot.
Where are you taking me?
To one who is preparing a warm welcome for both of you, the Ghost of the Deep.
That all I wanted to find out, Shazam.
As the apparently helpless boy utters the mystic word of power, there is a blinding crash of lightning and thunder, and the huge form of Captain Marvel appears.
What the?
Now I'll take you for a ride.
Help?
That's a splendid gun you have there. But you really shouldn't go around pointing IT at people.
Captain Marvel.
To Felden Scammer.
Here's what we do with stuff like you. Now swim back where you came from. At your service, Mr. Morris.
Why, this is amazing.
Beaten. Flummoxed.
What will our master the Ghost say?
No. No. Give us another chance.
You have failed. I hate failures. There is no other chance.
Slowly and relentlessly the weird hooded figure sinks back out of sight with his human prey, until no trace of them remains.
Here you are, safe home again. Now I'm off to the West Coast.
Good luck, Captain.
Good evening, Mr. Morris. Wasn't that Captain Marvel you were talking to?
Yes indeed, young man, and he's headed forth West Coast to smash the weight. Who are you?
Spriggans is the named chief newscaster of your biggest rival, the Monopoly Broadcasting Company.
I have given away a valuable piece of news to my competitor.
Well, goodbye, Morris. We radio men must stick together. I'm off for the West Coast where the news is breaking.
I'm a big radio executive, but when will I learn to keep my big mouth shut?
Arriving on the coast, Marvel, as Billy the radio reporter goes at once to naval authorities.
We've been warned that the Ghost threatens our sea defenses. We are making all possible plans to defend ourselves.
Splendid, sir. I'll get that on the air at once. It will encourage the people.
As Morris listens to Billy's broadcast from the Western station.
Hello, folks. This is Billy.
Attention, you nation of idiots. Captain Marvel's trip to the West Coast is in vain. He only leaves unguarded a far more vital spot in America's defenses where the Ghost will strike.
The weird words of an unknown announcer cut in on Billy's remarks.
I just heard your broadcast, Billy. Somebody cut in on you, and it sounded like the Ghost himself.
I know, Mr. Morris, I can't figure it out.
Hello, Billy Batson.
You're Spriggans, of the Monopoly chain, aren't you? I have heard of you.
By the length of your face, I can see that your home office has been writing you about that ghost broadcast. Well, the same thing happened on our radio chain, too.
I know this about the ghost now. He seems to know something about radio.
Tell you what, let's join forces to bump him, and both get the story on him. As I told your boss before flying here, we radio men must stick together.
That's a deal, Spriggans.
Since you ask me, gentlemen, I would say that the most vital defense area is here, at the Panama Canal.
Probably the ghost will strike there.
Not a chance, too well guarded. My hunch is the Canadian border, where we haven't any defenses at all. I'm going there.
I still worry about the canal. I'm going there.
Later off the coast of the Canal Zone. Look! What sort of craft is that? Before the eyes of the amazed patrol crew, a strange conning tower breaks the ocean surface. She doesn't answer our hail. Put back to shore. Warn the defenses.
They flee to betray our coming. Sink them.
We have no hint of attack, young man. All I can say is that hello, Captain. Sir, patrol boat exploded in deep water after signaling for help.
Meanwhile, on a nearby battleship. No trace of any trouble, just a few bits of wreckage.
Keep searching for survivors or enemies.
Another fool tries to fend us off. Blow away their keel with a torpedo.
As the battleship searches fruitlessly, a sinister crawler approaches along the sea bottom.
Good. Now to the surface. We will drop a shell on her deck. We are sinking fast, sir. And somebody's going to shell us. Here it comes.
Shazam! That shell will drop right in the captain's lap unless. Come to Captain Marvel. Pleased to meet you. Shall now go back to your friends.
A lightning effort of peerless muscles, spinning the hurtling mass of explosive end for end, Captain Marvel sends it back toward the ghost's strange craft.
Now to save the battleship. Big hole and no zipper. Need something to help plug it.
Captain Marvel drags the jagged edges of the torn armor plating together.
This seaweed will help keep the water out. That patching will last until the shid gets into dry dock. Shazam!
Keep that transparent vest in view, shoot it full of swells, depth bombs everything we have, leaks patched somehow, sir. We're safe, nobody lost but that boy broadcaster, Billy Batson.
I'm not lost overboard, sir. Here I am.
You missed quite an adventure, young fellow. We were attacked by an unknown type of vessel, but we've bombed her to the bottom. No craft known could have survived.
Thanks for the story, sir. With your permission, I'll broadcast it from your radio room right now.
The ghost cuts in. Radio audience. These Jughead Navy men couldn't hurt a flea with their outmoded weapons. The destruction of the Panama Canal is as good as accomplished.
Once again, radio sets all over the country tuned to Billy's broadcast receive instead the grating voice of the ghost.
Wouldn't that jar you? We didn't even knock any skin off his nose. I hope the canal is not doomed.
It looks as if only Captain Marvel could tackle the ghost.
Come close into shore, men. We'll find a spot where the most damage can be done.
Spriggans. I thought you were headed for the Canadian borders.
I'll make a confession. Billy, I wanted to throw you off the track. Anyway, that last ghost broadcast shows that we're both close to what we're hunting for.
When the battleship pulls into shore, Billy finds someone waiting on the dock for him.
Tell you what, let's each guard one side of the canal entrance tonight. We can communicate by portable radio and watch for the ghost.
Good idea, Spriggans. Nighttime and ghost time. I wonder if he'll show up.
Yes, the ghost shows up for a showdown. Say farewell to the upper world.
Shablub.
Drowning fast, are you? You'll wish you were completely drowned before I'm through with you.
Blub blub.
Strangling in the depths, Billy cannot pronounce the word of power.
Ha home agains. Bind and gag this urchin, then give him artificial respiration.
Ja, her ghost.
Since you cannot talk, I will. You are my prisoner, Billy Batson. This tank, and others like it, are made of transparent Z-metal. No explosion can even dent it.
Moomhoo.
I anticipate what you try to say. Why do I pick on you? Because you're trying to expose and fight, with your radio broadcasts, my organization that is all set to tear down America. But I'm saving you for a while. You may be useful as a hostage. I'm taking one of the fast tanks to the very midpoint of the canal. I'll blow in the banks and block it up. Watch the boy. I hear, Herr Ghost. Unfasten the brat's gag. We will have fun with him. Yeah, sure. Here, boy, you like pie, yeah.
Say thanks. That's swell of you.
Oh, But I didn't say you could have it, I only asked if you liked it. Ho, ho.
Why you Shazam? Ahem. First on the program, give me that pie.
But.
Never mind the buts. You sound like an old-fashioned flivver. While I'm having a snack, just tell me.
Take that. The iron cracked, not the skull.
As I was saying, tell me who the ghost really is. Did you say something, buddy? Your pal's fainted seems to have a weak heart, but you didn't answer my question.
I can't because I don't know. Nobody knows. He never trusts us, we're always under guard. He even locked us in here when he left.
I see, and this Z-metal is supposed to be unbreakable.
Yes indeed. Tons of shells and bombs knocked us about, but we weren't even scratched. The Z-metal is bomb-proof, bullet-proof, shell-proof.
But not Marvel-proof. Just like cellophane. I don't even need a can opener. They ought to call that stuff FC metal instead of Z-metal. Now where's the ghost gone?
We can't swim long, we'll drown. If only the ghost would save us.
While Captain Marvel searches for the ghost of the deep, the two crew members flounder in the waves.
Herr Ghost, you came for us. Right, I came for you. I still have no use for failures. I will strike the telling blow myself alone. I will reap the reward of conquest myself alone. The idiots of America. Their guns, ships and planes cannot avail. Slipping through all blast the canal, cut their lifeline. That will be only the beginning.
But the cruel murder of the two henchmen affords Captain Marvel a clue.
Nobody would have killed these poor helpless stooges except the ghost. This marks his trail plainly. And here's the trail of his one-man sea crawler. He's headed for the canal. Here's the tank empty. And his tracks lead back into the water. I hope I'm in time. Shazam!
Now nothing can save the canal from destruction.
Phooey.
That little squirt, Billy Batson free and in my tank.
All aboard. And don't let go of that bomb.
Hey, you can't do this to me.
This ought to be a safe place, Shazam.
Lightning strikes at the same moment the ghost's time bomb explodes with a terrific roar.
Come on down, Ghost, I'm waiting.
Where did you come from? And why don't you die? Are you made of Z-metal?
Nothing so brittle as that, Mr. Ghost. But you must be wearing some sort of armor under that black nightshirt, Z-metal, I suppose. And now I'll show you an easy way to get that armor off. Now you're out of your shell.
Look, Captain Marvel's captured the ghost of the deep. I'm commander of the Canal Zone. Glad you got the ghost alive. He's responsible for the disappearance of two radio reporters, Batson and Spriggans.
Batson's all right, sir. As for Spriggans, I figured out his whereabouts some time back. The ghost must be a radio expert, to mess up broadcasts as he did a rival of Amalgamated Broadcasting, which exposes enemies of America, someone who always was where the ghost appeared. In fact, Spriggans is the ghost of the deep.
Amazing.
Alright, it's true. Everybody's conquering world territories these days, why not me? I had an organization of crooks and foreign agents, the Z-metal for a weapon. A plan to disorganize America's defenses. You've caught me, but I'm not done for yet. If I'm finished, so is this big shot general.
But swifter than the bullet itself are the mind and body of Captain Marvel. Over his mighty heart the bullet strikes and bounces back like a rubber ball.
That bouncing bullet killed him.
Like many another criminal, his own violence betrayed him.
I wish you'd stay here, Captain Marvel. I'd like to plan a celebration of your success, and see that you're properly rewarded.
Thank you, sir, but you know, and I know that America has very little time for celebrations. We've got to get set for new dangers. Goodbye.
Alone again.
Shazam. That's the inside story of the Ghost of the Deep, folks. But I have to sign off and get to work on something even more exciting and surprising for my next broadcast.